stupid question for you. Which of these Hall of Famers appeared first on 2K TV? Was it Dr. J, David Aldridge, Shaquille O'Neal, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
You have a little bit of time to make a selection. Have you chosen? Well, you've kind of committed now. If you guess Shaq, you're correct, and we cannot wait to welcome back the Diesel on the special 200th episode of NBA.
A lot of sporty looks on the Phoenix players here in the Valley of the Sun. This is a shot from earlier as they came down the tunnel. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. That's a great look at our location tonight, the home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Kevin?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Thursday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Adams in at the 5. And for Phoenix, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the small forward.
And the Suns last year, second to last in defensive rating.
Well, a lot of that was points off of turnovers. They just could not take care of the basketball. A lot of teams feasting on young players and inexperienced players getting a lot of minutes for the Phoenix Suns.
And that one's good, Ayton.
Well, this is why the teammates for Booker are loving him. He keeps working on his ability to find the open teammate.
And it's Paul penetrating, and it's good off the back rim and in.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Now here's Saric. Gallinari with the steal. Here's Adams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Poke loose. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
Booker. It's rebounded by Paul.
I saw a green light there, Kevin. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Here's the Suns with the ball. 4-point game. Oubre against Paul. Oubre finds Ayton. It's good.
The big man coming with an attacking mindset. That's something for the defense to deal with, and Ayton is dealing.
Shoots the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. To the left wing, Rubio with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Thunder have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. That's good from Paul on the assist by Adams. Paul's got 5.
Yeah, once Paul makes up his mind, he does not hesitate on that play and is developing his three-point game later in his career.
Now here's Saric. Rubio left side. The shot from the low post is good. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Gallinari. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Rubio dishes to Oubre. Ayton at the elbow. Here's Saric. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. Oubre outside. Here's Rubio. And Saric kicks to Ayton. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And the dunk by Robertson.
Robertson getting out and quick in transition that time. Excellent at running the route in the open floor.
So it's Phoenix now, trailing by 5. Here we go, one-on-one. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Booker the pass to Oubre. Ayton kicks to Oubre. Suns moving the ball around. And again, it's the Suns missing. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. It's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Free throw good, Paul. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams and teams that have made changes? What are they playing like?
What's their chemistry? Exactly.
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And Paul takes pride in scoring past the defense. He's used to getting roughed up a little bit. Sometimes he causes most of that, though, Kevin. True grit from the little man.
Now, here's Rubio. That shot, no good. Paul outside. And it's blocked. Rubio taking his time here. Inside, Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
Yeah, Oubre breaking out the hammer.
The Thunder leading by 7. Here's Paul. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
He's firing on all cylinders. Has to be happy with his 4 of 5 shooting from the field so far.
Pass to Saric. Back to Booker. There's the 3. Rubio misses.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Gallinari. Again, Oklahoma City.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Suns. 11-point game. And the basket is good.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
It's deflected off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And it was made clear early on to Ricky Rubio that the Jazz were moving on from him. But Rubio quickly finds a home in Phoenix. 3-year deal for Rubio, who is a good fit with the Suns. Having a real point guard on the team like Rubio should be a huge boost.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Second, the Thunder. Fourth, the Suns.
You know, both of these clubs forced a lot of turnovers and also converted offensively off of them. Very impressive.
And it's Gallinari missing.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Pass to Ayton. Tries a three. He can't get it to go. And the Thunder going the other way now. Drive by Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Passes it to Šarić. Adams brings the double team. And Šarić kicks to Oubre. Rubio outside. Out to the wing. Here's Ayton. Tries again. And he lays it up and in. Ayton's got 6 points.
You know, if Ayton continues to play with that kind of effort, possession by possession, he's a real tough cover.
Now Rubio. Now the pass to Booker. Lets the three fly. That one doesn't go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Paul. Lays it up off the glass. 13 points in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Suns trail by 13. And here's Rubio. From past the arc, Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Paul's gone 75% from the field, 6 baskets and 8 attempts. Rubio finds Šarić. Ayton with it. Pass to Rubio. Drops in the layup for 2.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. And the Suns here with a different look. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Šarić. Mikal Bridges checked in for Kelly Oubre. And it's Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Muscala comes in for Andre Robertson. Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Pass to Johnson. Launches it. Rebound by Muscala.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The drive by Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Thunder lead by 15.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
11 feet away, Phoenix grabs the miss. This is the first they're seeing of Oklahoma City here. First game of the NBA's regular season for them.
And they'll be seeing each other 4 times this year. This is the first meeting, looking for a good start in the series.
Yeah, and who's going to set the tone here tonight? That'll be something to watch.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Passes to Kaminsky. Now, here's Bridges. Booker with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Ferguson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
Well, Booker can mix it up. Once he's got a lane to the hoop, he jumps all over the defense there.
Here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
There's the pass to Kaminsky. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And it's Baines missing. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Noel passes to Ferguson. The offensive rebound. And they pick up 2. Ferguson's got his second basket of the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Johnson, the pass to Booker. For 3, Bridges. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
Taking a look here at numbers for Gallinari. Last season, he played outstanding. 4th in free throw percentage. And he also shot his way into the top 5 in percentage from long range. Just a knockdown shooter.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Schroeder. And the rejection by Noel.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Wasted no time on that one. Gallinari's got his second basket of the night.
Gallinari's so hard to guard from the mid-range area because of his quick first step to the hoop, but you can't play too far off him or he'll do just that, burn you with the J. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Muscala gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Schroeder against Johnson. On the wing, Johnson. Kicks it to Kaminsky from deep. Gallinari with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
And here are the Suns now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Booker in the corner. Fires the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Muscala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot's good.
Schroeder can be very persistent when he drives to the hole, which is why the D decided to let him pull up for that shot.
Here's Booker. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. Thunder out in front, running away with this one. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We've got Kaminsky. He's out there with Aaron Bates. Bridges out there with Tyler Johnson. And it's Okobo in at the point guard. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Well, when you look at the skill set of Tyler Johnson, he really is the epitome of a catalyst. Comes in full energy every time, and if he's hitting his shots, you just ride that wave of scoring.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And with Johnson, Greg, you never know how on his shot will be day to day.
And that's okay. Teams need a player who can carry them off the bench when they get it going. Johnson is a bit of a microwave that heats up immediately, but if he's cold, you simply drop back the minutes for that game.
Good on the second free throw.
And Johnson's been putting in the hours to get more and more consistent from the free throw line.
Here's Schroeder. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Okobo. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Okobo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. A baseline J, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Johnson against Schroeder. To the inside, Okobo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Okobo's got 5.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. A nice shot by Gallinari.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Bridges. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Bridges has got his second basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the shot is good.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
The Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Pass to Kaminsky. Lets it go from deep. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 4 rebounds in this game. From the baseline. Again, Oklahoma City.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Now here's Kaminsky. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he drops it in from the low post.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. And And the Suns here with a different look. DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Saric comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Oubre's checked in for Bridges. And Ricky Rubio's subbed in for Tyler Johnson. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Robertson comes in for Gallinari. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. 2 points, that one goes. 8 points for Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And it's Paul penetrating, unable to get that one.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Makes it off the glass. Paul's got 17.
And for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Thunder have gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Count that one. 8 points for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander up there. So dynamic as a finisher.
For Phoenix, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Akobo, the pass to Rubio. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
Now, here's Rubio. 10 points for him. Ayton dishes to Rubio. Pass to Okobo. Launches a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. The drive by Paul. Oh, that's blocked.
Oh, he has the size and can get up quickly. Ayton with the throwback.
Count that bucket. And 12 points for Ricky Rubio.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
I just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
And that one falls for Paul. Greg for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so. And Brett, even though the Thunder have come up short in recent years, they are looking to the future as their time.
Well, interesting the way that Sam Presti went about his business in the offseason, trading away Russell Westbrook and then collecting so many draft picks. I can't even count them, but what a great way for them to rebuild and revamp in Oklahoma City.
Phoenix with the ball. The Thunder making the shot. Rubio, good look. Here's Oubre. Kicks it out to Rubio. Adams brings the double team. Here's Saric. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls from Saric.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component, a physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
And Paul gets it to go in.
big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 12. And it's a Kobo missing.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Robertson can't hit. Phoenix has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Knocks it loose. Oubre passes to Rubio. Paul with the steal. And stolen by Ayton. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix.
Devin Booker.
Phoenix with the ball. Passes it to Rubio. Booker outside. Fires for 3. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Up top, Adams. He's covered by Ayton. Adams' shot is good. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Basket made, just his 2nd this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
Devin Booker showing a nice touch around the rim.
It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Here's Adams. Over Ayton. That one off the back iron and out.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
And Ayton throws it down.
Does it feel good as a big man like Ayton to throw it down? You bet it does.
Down low, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. The Suns shooting 43% for the game. To the paint, here's Ayton. That one's not going to go. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there, has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 12. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Booker with no one around.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Well, that's pretty quick there. Robertson up off the deck and right to the rim.
Now, Booker.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And they get it back. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Booker. The pass to Ayton. Ball against Rubio. 6 to shoot. With 3. Booker. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 5 assists tonight. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
They get it back.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Phoenix has gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Rubio dishes to Booker. Almost, but it rolls out. Thunder shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And it's Oubre off the drive.
Oubre does a great job there. Finds an avenue, slinks his way in there, and then jumps over the top.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot, no good. Good D by Booker. Rubio against Paul. Rubio misses. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more comfortable where he can score on the floor.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
Big group substitution here for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Kaminsky comes in for Saric. Mikal Bridges checked in for Oubre. And it's Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Mike Muscala. Alinari comes in for Robertson. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder's subbed in for Paul. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit.
Break.
So
Take a break.
Maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs.
And the first one drops.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Brent, for all the success Booker has had as an individual, he's ready to focus on winning.
Well, focus on winning is one thing, but first focus on leadership, as this team has a new coaching staff, an opportunity with a lot of young talent. Devin Booker is the guy a lot of people are looking towards to make sure that Phoenix rises and finds a way into the playoffs.
And again, it's the Suns missing. Oklahoma City shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Basket counts. Schroeder's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Here's Booker. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And he gets the bucket. And it's 6 points for Nerlens Noel.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
Johnson kicks to Booker. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Alinari passes to Ferguson. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Schroeder. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And here's Booker. He's got 11. Pass to Kaminsky. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Fires from 14. That one doesn't drop.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He had 25 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists. Coming off an outstanding game last time out, it doesn't look like he's lost any of that momentum here tonight. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Vintage CP3. Getting it done on both ends of the floor. Aggressive, disruptive, making difficult shots. He is the key here in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Taking a look at the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Robertson in at the 3 spot. Paul, and Paul stays with it. Paul's got the first bucket of the third here for the Thunder.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Rubio. Sharge with it. Oubre outside. Here's Booker. 5 on the clock from 15 feet away. Jump shot is good that time. Booker's got 13.
Such a creative scorer as Devin Booker. Look at him just checking out the options and scoring that time.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And Ayton throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Pass to Ayton. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 8th assist here tonight. That's a 2 from Paul. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, what we've seen here tonight, Chris Paul can put points up on the board still in a hurry, just carrying the offensive load right now.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 12. Floats one, and there it is for him. Rubio's got 14 points for the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
Hands it from downtown. Booker's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
Paul for 3. Good D by Rubio.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Saric, that's good.
And the anticipation of Saric, outstanding at staying engaged and just eating up those rebounds.
Got that one up quick. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21 in the game. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. There's the dish to Saric. To the middle, here's Ayton. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 6 assists in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Booker. He's got 18. Oubre outside. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. The tray. Robertson can't hit.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
No good from Booker. Oklahoma City has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Gilgeous-Alexander learning this offensive system and learning it well.
Here's Booker, following the score by Oklahoma City. And it's in there. 20 points for him.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's foul number 2 for him. And Phoenix making a change here. Okobo's checked in. Phoenix on defense. Paul is doubled, puts up a 3, and stolen by Ayton. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Okobo, that's good. Okobo's got 10 points. Thunder have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
No good from Booker.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Rubio. Off target from three-point range. Now here's Robertson. He's tightly guarded. Kept alive. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Mikal Bridges checked in for Ricky Rubio. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Muscala comes in for Chris Paul. And here's Gallinari outside. No good that time. Now the Suns take it the other way. Bridges passes to Okobo. Sharge up top. He's covered by Noel. Suns moving the ball around. Bridges shot. Good.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Bridges with the steal. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And the Suns get it back. The Thunder shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Noel wide open. He fires. Nailed from three-point land.
Wow, Noel with a 3-ball. That's some off-season work.
Here's Okobo. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Bridges passes to Ayton. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Suns. Tyler Johnson comes in for Devin Booker. And then for Oklahoma City, Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Baines. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Baines has got his first bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, last season, Terrence Ferguson was a starter for the Thunder, and Brent, he made some improvements in his second season.
Yeah, this is another guy for this team that they're just trying to find not just consistent minutes, but consistency in his play.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Interesting that Phoenix has gone through all these different iterations since the loss of Hall of Famer Steve Nash, but this young core potentially coming together where they've bookended their front court and their back court with Ayton and Booker.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for 8. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Well, Brent, looking at the Suns' future, Ayton's development could really determine how far they rise.
I think it's not all on his shoulders, but certainly as a big guy out there, to have a presence on a nightly basis and some consistency is the challenge for DeAndre Ayton. He has all the physical tools and by all accounts has the work ethic to go along with it.
Phoenix has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Kaminsky and the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
Ferguson for 3, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Okobo. He's guarded by Schroeder. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Second, the Thunder.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Now, here's Schroeder. 19 points in the game. Now, here's Bridges. Tight defense on him. Here's Okobo. Phoenix, no good that time either. The Thunder shooting around 48% so far in the third. And that one's good. Schroeder.
You can see how Schroeder's eyes get big whenever he has a chance like that. Surprising from the point guard position.
Okobo, the pass to Bridges. Gallinari brings the double team, and Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
Let's not pretend. Look, everybody starts as a kid, pure heart, then he turn to him. Mama, all they know is traumatized, freedom, jeopardized. He just wanna win. What's a smile when he ain't trying to go in? 5 years later, all that is just a flashback, digital dash. He used to run with a now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. Go on and run as they tryna now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. He used to run with a now be a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. Feeling the sound, feeling the feeling, feeling in the streets.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Dennis Schroeder, how he performed last season. Averaged 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
And again, it's the Suns missing. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They grab their own miss, and that one's good. Noel.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Yeah, those are tough. You get back into the game by working harder than the other team, not the other way around. They're just going to extend this lead.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Schroeder, no good from outside. Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Passes it to Okobo. A 3-ball. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 5 assists in the game.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
And it's Schroeder missing. Phoenix has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Bridges. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Oklahoma City shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. And it's Schroeder missing.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Well, Mikal Bridges tagged as a 3-and-D type player in the draft, still finding his way a little bit in terms of the NBA offensive system and where it is that he can be effective.
Two shot.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, this team looking to utilize Bridges in a number of roles as he learns.
Yeah, Bridges maybe has to take a back seat to what Ayton and Booker do for this team. It's a nice spot to settle in as the attention is on those two players. He can carve out a nice role here and continue to improve on some of his weaknesses in the offseason.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Well, a promising start last year from Mikal Bridges. The offense was there, but it was his impact defensively that has really gotten most people's attention. A lot of great tools for a young player.
Good on the shot.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
The Thunder leading by 22. Here's Schroeder. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Thunder. And with Bridges and his defense, great coaches speak very highly of his basketball IQ.
And that is why, as a rookie, he would often get assigned to guard the toughest perimeter player. Good size and great instincts make him one of the best young defenders on the team. That is a product of pure pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Shot from the wing. Again, Oklahoma City. 1:12 left in the third quarter. Okobo looking over the floor. And the pass to Baines. Johnson, a wide open look. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. They'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a sixth-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Phoenix. Schroeder hits them both. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
Here's Baines. He's got 6. Here's Oubre. His three-pointer's off the mark. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Adams with it. Bridges covering. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It'd be great if Steven Adams develops that shot consistently. That'll open up some offense.
Johnson draws the double. In the corner, it's Oubre. Here's Kaminsky. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Schroeder, left side. It's blocked, but he recovers it. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And so it's Oklahoma City, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. Right back after this break. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Exert yourself by being disciplined and focused on the right stuff. All right, good job. Oh, go now.
Words of praise from Billy Donovan asking them to stay locked in, make good choices.
Yeah, and when all 5 of these guys are on the same page, great things tend to happen. So let's see if that continues.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Diallo out there with Oubre. Then it's Bridges. Then it's Frank Kaminsky. And it's Jerome in at the 1. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Feeds to Kaminsky. Oubre passes to Diallo. Lets it go with a 3. Oubre can't get it to go. The Thunder shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Jerome passes to Diallo. Now here's Kaminsky. Adams defending. Kaminsky finds Oubre. Knocked away. It's stolen by Adams. Out to the right wing. Here's Diallo, and he banks in the layup. Diallo's got his first bucket in this one.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Pass to Kaminsky. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And the foul's on Shek Diallo. That is his first foul of the game. Devin Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Burton's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Diallo. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Phoenix ball.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. To the paint. It's blocked. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Here's Jerome on the wing. Booker. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Diallo. Yep, it counts.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Jerome, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Diallo, no good.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now, here's Bridges. Here's Jerome. Kaminsky misses.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
Now here's Diallo. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And that one's good, Burton.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now Adams, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Diallo, and that one clearly a foul, gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, a qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years, and sometimes 4, when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. but a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Jerome. Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Diallo. Adams defending. Diallo finds Booker. From 17 feet out, it's hauled in by Adams. And here are the Thunder now. They've got a 13-2 run going. Pass to Diallo. For the three. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Phoenix has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Jerome passes to Booker. Now Diallo. Back to Booker. They get a hand on it. 4 on the clock. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Baisley. Good on the three-point shot. Baisley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Really surprised a little bit to see him drift out to the three-point line, but I guess I shouldn't be if you can stroke it like that.
Diallo kicks to Booker. Here's Jerome. To the inside. No good from Booker.
Timeout.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No,
it can't be that.
Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game.
Yeah.
Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Really controlling it now with an 18-2 run here. Baisley, good. Here's Jerome. The pass to Diallo. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Really heads up there, a play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Here's Diallo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And he sinks the second. And it's Okobo with the ball for Phoenix. He kicks to Booker. Johnson outside. And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Noel. No good on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Jerome gets the 14-footer to fall.
Where was the D on that one? It's just too easy.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Burton.
3-point goal. Deontay Burton.
And for the Suns, they're shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. Akobo, the pass to Booker. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Here's Jerome. He can't get that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Diallo. Phoenix grabs the miss. Akobo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight to the left side wing. 3-pointer, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Offensive rebound. Paisley, good.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Johnson. Brent with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA. Which stats you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Akobo, the pass to Diallo. Here's Akobo. Suns moving the ball around. Johnson, and it's denied. Down low. Paisley, good.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
And for the Suns, they're shooting 43% for the game. Johnson outside. Plenty of space. Nader grabs the board. Nader's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. The Suns shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the 4th. Jerome passes to Johnson. And the rejection by Noel. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. Here's Jerome, and the shot goes in.
The assist from Shai.
Here's Burton. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter, and the layup's good off the glass. Burton's gone 80% from the field, 4 of 5 shooting. Jerome passes to Oubre. Here's Jerome. Now here's Diallo. Pass to Jerome. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. It doesn't go for him. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Thunder.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Dennis Schroeder.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
The first free throw is good. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think,
yes.
What was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about, Kevin, when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Oubre outside. Inside. Offensive rebound. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Phoenix. Jerome. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
Shot good by Diallo.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Oubre on the wing. And it's Okobo missing.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And that one's good, Burton.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Pass to Okobo. Over Diallo. Okobo. That's good.
And he felt the double team coming, quickly located the open man.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And a surprising timeout here with the game in the bag.
Yeah, sometimes you want to have these teachable moments on the floor and not in the next day's film session, so coach electing to do that here.
slump for you. And now you're mad that I got the one up on you. What up, y'all? You know about it, no, say you gotta hear it from the go-talk. That's that, go-talk, that's that, go-talk, that's that, go-talk, that's that, go-talk. Worldwide, but I'm so south, say you gotta hear it from the go-talk. That's that, go-talk, that's that, go-talk. They say I need to get back on my rap. I said they need to get them. The greatest of all time, check my stats. But you look like Wayne, you sound like Wayne, me getting catfish. Calling me a has-been when the only thing I have been is everything they have.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Dennis Schroeder.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list. To the middle. On the wing, Johnson. Passes it to Oubre. And here's Diallo. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Here's Burton. It falls. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Chris Paul. Chris, a very convincing win, and that doesn't happen often in this league. So what do you take from this?
You know, one thing that our coaching staff keeps stressing to us every night is that it's about us. You know, so regardless of score, we got to continue to try to get better because we impose our will on the defensive end. The sky's the limit.
Well, the focus was there tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.